What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Dose. Today is Tuesday, July 19th, 2022, and we saw the markets rally today a lot. We saw Netflix surging after hours. That's what the article we'll be taking a look at today. They surged after reporting better than expected numbers, but they still lost. They still were losing subscribers, so not necessarily a good sign still for Netflix investors, but hey, they lost less than they thought. So the stock surged 8% after hours. As you know, it's down really heavy this year. I think it's only up like 2% or 5% in the last 5 years after the crash earlier this year. So Netflix is an interesting spot. I might talk about it a little bit today too, even though this is supposed to be a quick episode. But so Netflix reported its fiscal second quarter earnings on Tuesday. And they're facing a lot of pressure, obviously inflation, but the competition and an uptick in subscriber churn. It's just not good for Netflix. It's a good company, but they just don't have a moat, really. I mean, they got some Netflix originals that are good, but they dump so much money into the shows that actually make Netflix what it is, like Stranger Things, that they can't even compete with Disney. Disney already has a library better than what they could have in 10 years, and Disney doesn't have to put any money to that. It already exists. So anyways, so they reported earnings today. Revenue was slightly lower than expected. Earnings per share was higher than expected, and they lost about 1 million subscribers after expecting to lose about 2 million. So the CEO said that it's tough to be happy about losing 1 million subscribers, and I would have to agree with that, calling it a success. But the stock still surged. People bought it on that news. So as you can see, it's plateauing. I'm not bullish on Amazon at all. Maybe in the short term, but not in the long term. I'm just not bullish on Netflix. Did I say Amazon? I hope I didn't say Amazon. I meant Netflix if I did. I was thinking about Amazon Prime and their streaming service as well, which is competition for Netflix. So they do expect subscriber numbers to keep decreasing, but they think that they're set up well for the next year, is what he said. So Morgan Stanley warned about a streaming recession. They warned about Paramount Global, Fox, Netflix. Interesting to note that they did not mention Amazon or Disney. And people forget that Disney also owns Hulu and the rights to a lot of major sports leagues, as well as Disney Plus, as well as having the park in their infrastructure as well. So, let's look at this chart actually. So 5-year, it just got absolutely crushed. So it's up 9% after all of the surging today. So 5 years, 9% on Netflix. And this is comparing to Microsoft, because there was rumors that there was going to be a deal between Microsoft and Netflix, or that they revealed that they were going to partner with Microsoft to launch a new ad-based tier to their subscriptions. They're just trying to find new ways to bring in additional revenue that wouldn't really cost them a lot of money, so it'd pretty much be mostly profit at the bottom line. So that's what they're working on. It is kind of a good sign that they beat EPS today for other big tech, and that's really it was good for the tech stocks. The Nasdaq was up quite a bit today. But let's take a look at the S&P 500. So we really rallied all day. We gapped up at the open and rallied all day long. We were up 2.76% on the S&P 500. And we're almost back to a big psychological number of 4,000. If we break back over 4,000, we could be going back into a short-term bull trend. And we talked about that this weekend on the weekly wrap. So if you haven't seen that, listened to that, make sure to go do that. Subscribe on YouTube, follow us wherever you listen to your podcasts. We're on most of the major platforms. So yeah, we kind of expected this to some extent, and we rallied today. So I want to take a look at Bitcoin, though, because Bitcoin is now showing signs of strength. We're now seeing confirmation that this trend line's been broken. And what do I expect from here? I expect Bitcoin to go back to this level that we saw throughout May and the beginning of June. And so I expect Bitcoin to come to something like 28,000 to even 31,000. I expect it to test that level, and when it gets there, then we'll have to analyze it again. But I'm expecting a rise in Bitcoin as of now. So it looks bullish. So that if that changes, we'll see it on the charts as well. But as of now, it looks good for Bitcoin. So what do you guys think that's going to happen? We got big tech earnings coming up soon. That'll be telling to where the market goes next, how the market interprets it. But Netflix, they beat estimates today, and they surged 8%, and we might be able to see that in the short term before we meet significant trend lines in this downturn. So you still have to be careful because we are still in a quantitative tightening period, and we talked about what that means this weekend as well. But in the short term, things look like they might be recovering slightly. So that's good. It's never a bad thing to make money. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow, same time. And thank you for joining me today.